I want to start my video just by taking a moment to say my heart and my thoughts are with India, hearing the latest news that they're having some significant challenges and struggles with the new outbreak of COVID-19. Obviously, I can't offer an immediate solution, but I can say that my thoughts, the thoughts of my family, my country, and my neighbors are with you. And I wish you the very best in this tough time, and we're all in this together. And over the past several weeks, I've tried to learn more and more about Pakistan, the history, culture, the people, the geography, and I have a lot to learn. There's no doubt about it. It really makes a big impression on me when those who leave their comments say where they're commenting from, whether it be in India or Pakistan or anywhere on the globe. It blows my mind a little bit that people who quite literally live on the other side of the planet are taking a moment out of their day to listen to what I had to say. A guy that lives almost in the middle of a wheat field. You're interested to hear my take on any one particular thing, and I appreciate that. So if you want to comment on this particular video and tell me where you're commenting from, that would be absolutely fantastic. I get great joy by looking at, say, Google Maps, punching in the name of a community and actually seeing it, seeing where folks are listening from. How cool is that? Well, so we go to the Nobel Peace Prize of 2014, awarded to Kailash Satyarthi and Malala Yousafzai. Both of these people are just a force for good. They faced turmoil. They faced terrorism. They faced death, and they prevailed. And they, instead of being fearful, they chose to take on a challenge head on and be an inspiration for people all over the world. Malala was shot. She was the victim of a group of men who somehow seemed threatened by the idea of educated women, or in this case, educated girls. And perhaps that's a video for another time. But she faced fear, near death, but she survived, she endured, and she went on to become this beacon of light. Malala is 7 months older than my oldest child, my daughter. And I thought it would be rather fitting that I watch this performance, a celebration of the Nobel Peace Prize won by Kailash and Malala, a force for good. I would watch this video on the very week that my oldest daughter, my only daughter, is graduating from college. And of course, Malala is doing everything in her power to see to it that every young lady on earth is given that opportunity. And we have to support that, right? We cannot be fearful. And there are even people in Texas who seem to be somewhat intimidated by educated people. So with that in mind, let's take a look at this performance. We go back to Rehat Fateh Ali Khan, still working on the pronunciation. I'm sorry about that. It's a name I now know. Can't really pronounce it, but it is a name I identify as a true talent and a icon of Pakistan and a great music tradition. So without further ado, let's
Be prepared
watch
to
this.
dance to a different beat, y'all. He's one of Pakistan's biggest stars, as Malala said. He's recorded over 50 albums. He has toured the world, sold out the biggest arenas. He's here tonight to help us celebrate Malala and Kailash, Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, ladies, gentlemen, and kids. Guess what? It's party time with Ustad Rahat Ali Khan.
Great guitar sound. Great guitar sound. Great guitar player. I don't see that there are subtitles available for this video. So please tell me, is this a traditional song? Is this a song specific for this performance? Is it a well-known song through Pakistan? Is it his own work? Just tell me what Ali Khan is singing to us about. That rhythm pattern is ubiquitous. It's very common in all musical traditions, whether it be South Asian, whether it be East Asian, Celtic, Western, rock and roll, could be hip hop. Those kind of rapid fire triplet based rhythms. Those add so much motion and rhythm and just kind of a bounciness to a piece of music that just inspires you to move. Very, very valuable, very persuasive.
मोहब्बत की राह हो मेरा कर दो
who's the drummer? Who's the drum set player?
sa re ga re da 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 sa re ga re da 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 sa re ga re sa re sa re ga sa re ga ma ga re sa re ga ma pa ma ga re sa re ga 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 re sa re ga re
Yes.
sa re sa re ga re sa re sa re ga re sa re sa re ga re da 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 sa re ga re sa re sa da 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 sa re ga re da 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 sa re ga ma ga re sa re sa
Yes. Yes. One thing, just a quick observation here. The drummer, the drum set player, is hitting a very basic beat. Boom, pat. It's a bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, but it grooves really hard. And what makes it really, really kind of swing and groove is that the hand drums are playing the notes between the drummer's snare and bass and really kind of making it swing. Boom, cack, boom, cack, Those accents, 16th notes, triplets, really making it swing, making it groove, while the drummer is just playing a basic, kind of 2/4 beat. Boom, bap, boom, bap, boom, bap. Oh man, it's so effective. And the drums, the hand drums are so subtle, it's almost implied. You're not always hearing every beat. It's fantastic. That's the smallest saxophone I've ever seen. Is that like a soprano sax? It looks like a soprano sax, which is typically straight, like a clarinet, but turned up at its bell, like a tenor sax or an alto sax. Oh, it's cute, isn't it? Another way for a drummer to make a song groove. So he's hitting bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, and then he's hitting the upbeats on the hi-hat. You hear that? So it's like boom, paps, boom, paps, boom, paps, boom, paps, boom, pap. I can't get my mouth to synchronize with my hands, but boom, paps, boom. Listen to how he's really making this this beat bounce. Let's go back 30 seconds or so. Increase in tempo. Increase in tempo. Yes, work the crowd. Oh my. Wow. Okay, we're going to go back to a drummer's worst nightmare, or one of a drummer's worst nightmare, and that is when the crowd is clapping, but they're clapping at a different tempo, or they're clapping on a different beat than the beat that everyone on stage is supposed to be sticking with. So you can see the conductor, the man standing. I don't know if he's playing an instrument, but he's clearly conducting the band and trying to keep everyone on tempo. And you'll notice that the people clapping in the audience is nowhere close to the correct beat. And the drummer is having to fight hearing the crowd and staying on the beat as he does his little big fills and solo and stuff like that. So let's listen to that. So Ali Khan starts encouraging them to clap, but then all of a sudden the conductor starts increasing the tempo on stage. So listen, as the drummer's doing his big fills, listen to the audience clapping and pretend you're the drummer and you're trying to stay on beat. You're trying to stay on beat. You're the timekeeper, but you're also trying to do your little solo thing. Woof. Listen to this. Now watch the conductor. He increases the tempo. Listen to the crowd. Wow. My goodness. Absolutely phenomenal. These rapid fire vocalizations, rhythmic vocalizations, it reminds me of a jazz tradition that we know as scatting. The origins of scatting, those early pioneers like Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but the thinking was that maybe in some of the recordings, if a horn player was missing, or maybe they forgot the words or didn't have the chart in front of them, these Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, perhaps they would actually make their voice become their own instrument, not singing, but just yeah. I'm not a singer. Okay, that's just an idea. But some of these little rapid fire vocalizations Ali Khan was doing here was very reminiscent of that jazz tradition of scatting. And I'm sure there are numerous examples on YouTube where you can listen to some of these jazz greats scatting, just kind of almost playing horn with their mouth. That's a horrible example, but yeah, so cool, wonderful. What a powerhouse. What a great band. It's so great to see all these people who may not be familiar with the music of Pakistan, with the music of India, to enjoy this very special musical moment. And what a tribute to Malala and to Kailash. So I will leave you with my music recommendation, as I tend to do on these videos. And what I'm recommending is a performance, is a track off of the debut album of the beautiful woman who introduced this performance. She is Queen Latifah, and she made a huge impact on me about 30 years ago. I lived and I loved in the golden age of rap music in the early 90s, and she dropped a track called UNITY, Unity. It's got some rough language, but I think you'll be able to handle it. So I'll drop the link in the description below. Listen to UNITY and tell me what you think about it. It's about being a strong woman and standing up for yourself. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the recommendations. I appreciate the subscriptions. And I truly, I'm just, again, blown away by your paying me the attention that you are. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next video.